Little smallmouth bass.
My parents were avid fishers. My grandparents, my mother's parents used to take me fishing. Fishing has always been a big way to connect the different generations of my family. And now I get to see my grandchildren fishing. I have a 9-year-old granddaughter who would live with a fishing rod in her hands if she could.
Look at that. Hey, you are a professional fisherman. You just flipped that thing over the branch like nobody's business.
It's all in the rod action.
I'm most at home when I'm in the forest and out around the waters. And you know, people would come here and say, boy, this is God's country. Then why would I want to leave?
It's peaceful. It's peaceful up here. It's beautiful up here. Every day I fished as a kid. I've always had a passion for the outdoors, whether it's hunting or fishing. Never dreamed that I would be in this space, but fortunately it kind of fell into my lap, and now I get to be part of designing something and producing something that I have a passion for.
Well, St. Croix was founded in 1948 in Minnesota in the Twin Cities. And back in '48, folks were stuck with one-piece bamboo poles. They are real pain to transport, to store. So the Johnson brothers discovered those brass metal ferrules that enabled them to cut the poles into sections, affix the ferrules. They could now be broken down to be transported, broken down to be stored. The Johnson brothers came to the area to fish the flambeau flowage, liked it, and decided this was going to be home. They brought the factory here and obviously have been here ever since.
Compared to what weather they were predicting for today, this is just absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at this.
All right.
Not one for the record books, but it's been fun.
First and foremost, they are handmade.
Would you hold your St. Croix rod?
Entirely handmade. I have run into people who thought that we ordered them and just painted them and slapped our name on them. They are nothing when they get here. We hand make them, and each individual rod goes through so many employees.
You know, we say there's 32 sets of hands that make every St. Croix rod.
32 hands.
32 different employees.
32 hands to create one rod.
Well, I welcome you to St. Croix. This is a special year for us, being our 75th anniversary. And does everybody have safety eyewear now, either the side shields or safety glasses?
Just a tag.
Thank you, sir.
You're quite welcome.
We are constantly critiquing our work. We are constantly looking for ways to improve it. And there are so many people involved in that it's really hard to miss a flaw or miss an opportunity to make things better.
You'll do that, and I want you to move over here, move right up close. The closer you are, the better you can see.
There is so many man-hours in each single rod that it can't help but be the very best.
Go ahead and take it.
St. Croix doesn't look that big, but when you get in these doors, there's a lot going on here.
Perhaps the most common comment is, I can see the pride in your workers. I can see they're proud of what they're doing. Not everybody here fishes, and yet everybody here is intent on keeping up the company legacy of making quality rods and making people around the world have better fishing experiences than they'd had previously.
I love it, and I've held several jobs over the course of many years, and this is the most homey place I've ever worked.
Anybody is willing to go wherever they're needed to fill in if somebody has to be off for whatever reason, and we're more than willing to help the next department. We're all here to get the rods to the warehouse.
You know, it's like a dream, really. We come in, we have our rough days. We have our days where it's like, man, this is just not going my way. But at the end of the day, you look back and you think about what you did and what you're doing, and you're designing a product, a fishing rod for anglers throughout the world that some aspire to someday just have one. So it's really, to be honest, a dream to work here.
Do we have surf? Yeah, we have some surf. Okay. So we're going to have 38 of these. Okay. And then I have,
That's 101, so we've got an order of 7. Oh, I have an order over there of 7.
okay, then we'll get that and we'll fill that.
It is so ingrained here that we are a team. We are a family of people putting out the very best product we can while supporting each other. The friendships I've made are lifelong. I think that the owners made up their minds that they had worked for companies that did not have that, and they wanted to break that mold.
My daughter, my youngest daughter, she is 10 years old this year, and one of the employees here, he found out that my daughter's birthday was coming up, and he went to the store, got her a bunch of clothes and a couple hats, and gave it to her for her birthday. And it was really touching. Like, it made me cry, because it's like, you know, what company would do that? And that's what I mean by family oriented. It's not just because you work here, it's they genuinely care.
My son-in-law has always been a huge fan and owns multiple St. Croix rods. I am filled with a sense of pride. And obviously the little question in the back of my head, is that one I did? Is that one I painted?
I've lived in Price County for pretty much all of my life. It doesn't take you long to get across town.
I mean, we live up here for a reason. It's quiet. We like to hunt, we like to fish, we like the outdoors. You're just kind of out of the hustle and bustle of the everyday world, especially if you come from some larger cities.
There's people that make special trips. And they've said that there's people that actually have taken their vacations to go to the shop and then go fishing. In fact, on a rainy day during the summer, it gets quite busy in the store. They'll tell you it's nuts.
It's a unique feeling, knowing that what we're doing and what we're making and putting out the door, it could end up in Russia, it could end up in Europe, it could end up in Brazil. Even locally, when you go and you see a fisherman at the boat landing, and you know, we always take a peek in the boat to see what they're using for rods. But when you see that St. Croix rod in that boat, you can look at that and go, you know, I had a hand in that. So to stretch that internationally just takes it to a whole nother level, and it's a pretty unique feeling.
Kind of mind-blowing. Here we are, this teensy little town,
And there was
and
a stump.
our rods are known all over the world.
Acorn on it.